Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I'm JT O'Sullivan. Today, Jalen Hurts. Balling out here recently. Fired up to see exactly what the film says. Let's get into it. Welcome to the QB School. All right, Jalen Hurts. First one we're checking in on. 3rd and 1 early on. This is zone read with a little bluff pick out here up top. And we've got a case of the drops. 20 for 26 for almost 300 on the day and a couple drops. This one was rough. 3rd and short. Beautifully designed play. We're reading the C-gap defender. He squeezes down, pull it. Someone's there for the quarterback. Flick it. It's just option football. Dressed up. All sorts of horizontal stretch. Love how they get there with the tight end game, the motion game. So what exactly is going on here? When I'm talking about bluff, I'm talking about where the ball ends up eventually getting dropped here. We come in here and bluff the guy who's got that tight end right here, man to man. With the run action, his eyes get caught looking back in the backfield. He is then late because we come out here, get in his way, come up, run a corner, come up here, shuttle our feet, and get out to the flat. And we are reading right here. So when he squeezes down, it's a pull. So just zone read this way. So the quarterback pulls it. Technically, I think it's supposed to be the safety with the quarterback. That's a tough ask coming downhill. But because we've got this little bluff action, beautiful little, technically the pitch in the flat. And it's dropped. So, whether he's playing great, whether he's not playing great, whether he's growing, there's still room for the supporting cast to continue to get better. And they got some dudes who are putting in work out there on the perimeter too. It's unfortunate right here that this one doesn't convert. But this is taking advantage of what Hurts brings to the table. Dynamic quarterback movement, ability to create, extend plays, and they still haven't put it totally together yet. Next one, 3rd and 6. Again, this combination here of like, no, yes, for me. And it's like we have an extended bunch. We're working the over. Big completion, 3rd and 6. And I'll make the argument that this ball probably should have gone downfield to the post. Now, it's one of those things that 3rd down, occasionally it can be a little muddy. But one thing here, unfortunate that he doesn't get his guy smoked, killed here. But watch the post up top. This is just post with an over. And the way that they're trying to get to an iteration of cover 2, so defensive guys love to get fancy. It's just cover 2. It doesn't matter how they get to it. I don't care. The quarterbacks don't care. They get to it here. He runs out to the flat this way. Well, when he comes up and whatever he's running, whether it's a go, post, he's threatening the deep part of the field. When that safety sees the over coming this way and he throttles his feet at all, or is not over the top of that post, if you're looking right here at that half field player or that safety to the side you're working, he shuttles his feet at all, you let that thing rip down the field, and it's a massive play. So yes, it's a completion. Yes, nitpicky. And the post is a touchdown. That's a mailbox touchdown. You can see the safety cheating. I mean, he's running by him. His hand is up like a straight Randy Moss. His hand is up before he's even by the guy almost. Fortunate right there. That's a big body, and the guy goes low, little guy, corner. Tough though. So yeah, it's a big completion. Yeah, it's 3rd and 6. Yes, we want a 1st down. And especially from within the pocket, some vision elements, and they might not allow him to throw it. That just might be a clear. Just saying most offenses will allow you to take a peek at that post, especially for certain looks, and not miss big home run opportunities. Next one here is just all go with the draw fake. End up getting sacked. For me, this is another example. And obviously, this isn't the fastest start in the world here. Of the tight end's open. Quick fake, right? Boom. Put it on him, right? He goes to throw it. For whatever reason, he turns it down. Right there. You got to throw that. That's open. There is no excuse not to throw it. Now, maybe he didn't see it. But even if he didn't technically see it, guys make that throw through windows, anticipation. Now, the other part about it is, all right, you don't see it. Okay? Whatever. Get it to the back faster, right there. Flip it to him. Move to the back's way. get a completion, get the ball out of your hands. Don't take the sack. So it's seam to check down, just faster, the process of it. No, I would argue yes. Let's go no, yes to the back, faster. That play, now granted, I obviously like that play. The whole quarterback school logo is this play, 4 verticals at a 2x2. But if it's not there for split field coverage, and it's often not there for split field coverage, see the 2 safeties deep, pick a seam, bender to the check down. Rarely are you going to get outside. And I get it, this isn't 4 verticals all the way because they run hinges or turn downs on the outside, but the bones of it are seam, check down. Tough. And I think that this is the, obviously, picking low-hanging fruit here a little bit as far as just from the pocket, faster, get away from the sacks. Just like to see those types of things, continue to get better fast, real fast. So 2nd and 12 here, really nice one again. Get the 13 personnel in here, big play action fake. Again, probably a shot to the post in my opinion, but it's not there. Extend the play and go make a ridiculous catch. Yeah, bro, he caught that. So again, we'll see it from the wide one more time, but regardless, he doesn't like it. Protect the ball. Dynamic enough athlete to get outside the pocket, eyes down the field, and make a really nice throw down the sideline, running the tracks. That little hash mark on the sideline. So could he throw the post up top? I always think of this as the old school Andy Reid play, almost like a fake sail, like you're faking the over from the tight end. But to me, if this is an iteration of what I'm going to call quarters, really quarter, half, probably just with how the formation plays off. But if on this play, you're really trying to find that, again, play side safety. So right here. Now, whether you might think pre-snap that it's closed, but when he gets over the top here, and you've got, again, this is the same read, right? They obviously like this. It's there. He comes out here, he fakes the over, and then comes out of it. Even when you have this like fake over, so this isn't technically like an old school scissors like corner with a post. That type of scissors happens faster. When you do this kind of up, fake the over, it does 2 things. First of all, it makes the window bigger, right? You get more of it as opposed to running true corner here like this. But it also allows you more time to take a peek at the big post. So take a peek to the big post. It's not there, then you have bigger window to be able to drive this thing right here on that kind of like over sail corner route. So again, you be the decision maker. You throw the post up top? Yes. The answer to the question is yes. I want to add the adjective in front of it, but it's a yes. Must throw post. He is striding out too. Damn. And great play. So it can be both. And I think that's why it gets blurry and muddy when people are like, he's the answer. He's not the answer. We need more time. He needs to develop. Yes. And I'd love to see these types of shots because these play action shots, just tough to miss, especially over a consistent basis. You got to make some significant strides. If you're not going to do it from the drop back game, from the play action game, from the move the pocket game, because inevitably you're going to have plays like this where it's just not going to go your way for whatever reason, whether you're not protecting the ball, whether you don't see it fast enough. That's a great job by the wide receiver coming back 18 right there and getting that ball out with a peanut punch. But it's hard for me to get like overly critical of these types of plays where he's trying to make a play. Yeah, obviously you want to protect the ball, but I still think that there's an opportunity to throw this ball a number of different places. So for me, it's less about the turnover and more about I want to see the immediate improvement from within the pocket, and then some of the ball control issues that we'll show later just as far as the accuracy. But right here, if you're working the bottom of the screen, this post down here at the bottom, it's a touchdown. It's a spray 8 or spray post. Now, a bunch of different ways. Now, I'm not going to pretend to tell you that I know what the read is on this play. You're being disingenuous. But when you go like this, when he gets to the middle of the field, so you're reading these safeties usually, we get any version of middle field closed right here, and you have what most people call a spray because it's not a straight stem post. this is a great option. Okay, now it might not be. He might not be allowed to look at it for whatever different reason. If for some reason he was working the other side of the field, so whatever they have going on over here, up, in, little 5-yard in, the old school indie play, I mean, this is wide ass open. So if you're working the left, the post needs to get thrown. If you're working the right, that outside short in needs to get thrown. Can't take a sack. Again, look at the post down here. Throw it. Throw it with some anticipation. Let it rip. As opposed to, what do people call that route up top? Buffalo, corner, 2 ends. I mean, look at the guy up top. That's frustrating. I'm telling you, that's frustrating as hell, especially when you go from basically a touchdown opportunity to the post at the bottom to a huge completion up top, probably a touchdown up top if he makes one guy miss and falls forward, to a turnover. Just brutal. Tough. And those are the ones, you know, again, where you hope that the learning accelerates, but it's from the pocket. I think these are the kind of most glaring deficiencies where you're like, golly, like what are we looking at here? Because it looks like he's like looking to the left, but then comes back to the right. If he's doing that, coming back to the right, work through the read. Like, you can't throw the corner. You can't throw the first in. It's covered up. You see him right there, right in his hip. Get through it. It almost looks like he doesn't quite, you know, super toesy too, but not even talking footwork wise here, just the decision making more than anything else. That post needs to be thrown. Put your foot in the ground and rip it right there, right at the E, right in the middle of the E. It's a touchdown. Frustrating. And those are the ones, you know, playing this position, you have to get into the film. You have to learn from those. Hopefully you learn from them on the practice field, but these are just big, just massive, like, you know, huge swings from what should have been a touchdown to now a massive turnover. 3rd and 2. Really like what they were doing in this game in their 3rd and short yardage. Basically just triple option. Zone read with a flat. Again, out to the pitch. This time he catches it. They get there a little bit different this time. This time it isn't from 13 personnel. This time it's from the backfield, so 2 backs. Watch 26 coming across. He's the pitch. So dive 24. Hurts is obviously the quarterback. Triple option. Out to the pitch. So it's just zone read, but instead of running a bubble, it's a flat from the crossing side. And this is a great way to get teams that love to play man coverage, because it's a really tough ask to ask those backside linebackers to cover essentially the, you know, obviously it's man coverage, right? We see the guy coming in motion here, running back and forth. So we're running zone read. So go through just the quarterback properties here. This is who we're reading. The end man on the line of scrimmage or C-gap defender. He squeezes down, the quarterback's going to take it. Okay, so there's the dive of the option. Here comes the quarterback part of the option. Well, when you're in man coverage, right, he's running with him up here. When you're in man coverage, technically he's got the number 2 out. So then he doesn't know if it's going to be this guy. He doesn't know if it's going to be the quarterback or the other wide receiver. But he also has to play the run and fit the run here. So we've got dive. He's probably got the quarterback here on the option, but he's also got this guy in man-to-man. So he's got to play the run and that, and just to layer it even better here, offensive design architecture, and they do this all day, and I've already shown it, and they do it to ice the game. He's going to come in here and bluff the guy who's got it man-to-man. So it's just a beautifully designed play, great execution, critical situational football right here. Watch that bluff. See him come down, bluff that guy. He's fitting the run. Oh no, I got that guy man coverage, and it's too late. So just, I mean, put significant stress on a defense with the run game, the horizontal stretch of the option football, the pick. I love it. Just absolutely outstanding. Taking advantage of what Hurts brings to the table and the way that the game has evolved. Zone read, flat pick, man, outstanding design. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. It lets you know when we go live, when we put out new content. I certainly appreciate the support for the channel. Then if you want even more quarterback school, you should know the drill by now. Check out the Quarterback School Patreon community, the courses, the links are in the description. I appreciate it. Let's keep this video going. All right, so the next one here, 2nd and 9. Getting into the second quarter here. Again, opportunity for a big shot down the field. I love the fact that he sees it and throws it this time. I think the ball probably gets hung up a little bit, whether it's wet, whether it's not exactly the trajectory that he wants to throw it. Really kind of fortunate right here that 39 doesn't make a better play on the ball because this thing hangs up there. But I love the fact that he just lets it rip and sees it this time. Give your guy a shot. Good things happen. And that dude can play. Everything except that little guy comment there at the end. But watch the design here up top. So we're going to get a bit of a switch release. Going to lean into that corner. So first thing here, when I say switch release, he's outside, he's inside. We're going to come in, not really that drastically. Coming in, across, switch it out. Then we're going to lean on him right here and come up here. Now the thing here is that really these routes have to, you want to make this guy make a decision. He can't play both. And right here, he kind of plays both. Now it works out for the Eagles, but I'd make the argument that get a little bit fortunate there just with some poor ball skills at the back end. But love the play call, love the design, let it rip. You would love to see, for me, footwork wise here, you know what I'm going to say. Hopefully you know if you watch the channel. Heel clicky right there, right? Feet together. As opposed to hitting the back foot, keeping that base right there, get all your cleats in the ground and drive it. A little anticipation, drive that ball like a 3-iron, 3-wood. Just a little bit firmer, but still, even though it's not a perfect ball, he gives his guy a shot. And sometimes that's all it takes, especially when you're running the ball as well as the Eagles are running the ball. You're going to get these one-on-one opportunities down the field, give your guy a shot. But again, that thing is just a bit high, kind of a little gust. But go make a play. Give your guys a shot. Good things happen. 3rd and 2. Looks like the mist is even higher now. Again, now this is one of those ones that we'll talk about down here to the bottom. But he throws a corner, and this is a variation of smash, into double coverage. So the first thing is that playing quarterback in the league is obviously very difficult. Newsflash. The red zone windows are tighter. The tight red zone, the windows are the tightest. Oftentimes down here, you're going to get some iteration of brackets, meaning that there is no real true zones down here, very rarely at this level of football. You're getting double teams everywhere. And so, how these things are constructed can kind of help a quarterback too. But at the bottom of the screen, when we get, now obviously you're trying to feed Smith the ball here. You come up and run this corner. Well, right here, bet a lot of money that these guys are both in and out in this cat right here. So whichever way he goes, if he goes out, he's going to take him. If he goes in, he's going to take him. And the other guy is going to fall off. So when he comes up and runs this corner, he's going to get covered here like this. That in and of itself is not a great angle to throw that, if that was just the coverage. But in addition, instead of running true smash down here where you'd come up and run like a locked hitch, they come up here and come up, and then you almost run like a slant or spot. And it's really a replacement. So he comes up and comes in here and settles down. So the other part about this bracket coverage is if you're starting here with the in and out, and he goes out, so he's going to take him. Well, now this guy goes in, so he's going to fall off. He's going to pass this thing off too to the inside guy and fall off. So it's really 2 on the corner. And the touchdown is right here. And it's just about being able to go 1 to 2, but it doesn't play out like every time you've ever played Smash in your life. These red zone bracket tight windows are not easy to see, and they happen as fast as anything happens. So play it out down here one more time for me. So we're trying to get the ball to the corner. There's 20 taking the outside leverage of a corner. Should be off it right there to 14. You can see how 14 just replaces them. Boom, put it on right there. Touchdown. Right on the back hip, right on the 1. You can see the corner too. The corner's yelling in and in. He falls off. So it's double coverage. Now he's fortunate that he puts that ball so high that it can't be picked or anything bad can happen to it. But just the process, and process isn't probably the right word, but the way to see these things faster from within the pocket. I also, and this is just me being super nitpicky, but if he was less toesy, I think he could do it faster. You know, he's definitely an athletic, dynamic, twitchy guy. But see how he's like bouncing around, his shoulders moving, his eyes are moving. And I get there's an element of staying in rhythm to it, but for me, it's just put your foot in the ground, and right there, you see the leverage on the corner, put it on 14, boom. Now, if you were to work up top, it looks like a variation of triple slant. You probably throw it to the number 2. Boom. Again, they are bracketing the number 3. See how they've got 2 on the number 3 up top? There it is. That guy, once he goes in, 55 will take him, and that safety will fall off into the window of number 2. But this is a dangerous play. And again, it's one of those plays for me, especially down here, where you're like, yeah, it's a miss, it's an incompletion. You've had a great day. And there's really a touchdown that we didn't throw to. So I think all those things go together, you know, whether for whatever reason, to say, man, there's going to be some significant growth when this thing all clicks. Right here, we finally take a shot at the big post, just can't hook it up. Again, whether it's wet, whatever the reason is, this time he doesn't give his guy a shot to make a play, and it's just a long foul ball. But these balls have to be thrown like this. You have to see these posts and give them a shot if the defense is going to dare you in these types of situations. So again, watch this post up top from Smith. Lean on him outside, boom. Now you can throw that thing, and he kind of lets it go a little bit before he comes out of it, which I don't think helps. Again, he's getting a little bit of pressure, have to climb up in the pocket. Again, you know, we'll talk about the footwork here, but those are basically 2 crow hops to get into that thing. And again, he lets it go just a tick early. See when he separates right there? Smith hasn't really set his angle yet. So when you set this angle, obviously every team has different landmarks, whether it's the hash, the near upright, whatever. You really want to drop that thing anywhere down this line, and you can also miss here. And for whatever reason, I thought this was a better ball than kind of the effort that Smith shows here, but just can't hook it up for whatever reason. But finally we see it, right? It's been there all game. So at least the adjustment to see it, the aggressiveness, the vision. I still think just the accuracy with some of this, like so many moving parts with the lower half, like crow hop, crow hop, crow hop. It's just tough to be consistent with your ball placement when you've got that many moving parts in your throwing motion. Next one here, we got a big shot to the post again up top. This time it's no-go. Yes to the over. Great movement in the pocket. Beautiful little touch. Again, got a amazing ability to extend plays, be able to find that space right there. That's a tough throw. A little jump throw to an over. Just beautiful. Just absolutely outstanding quarterbacking right here. Now, we've talked about this big post, I feel like, a number of times in this video. But it's there, and they keep going to it. This time it's not there, right? You can see that this safety has this thing capped off. He's way over the top. He's way out of there. And the only thing I'll say here design-wise that I would love to see is this over to me is just shallow. So teams teach it different ways, whether it's, you know, a 20-yard landmark, start from the numbers, get to the numbers. There's a bunch of different ways you can teach it. For me, what I like to do is just be able to have a little bit of feel here and run to grass. So when that corner leaves, you go leave. So when he continues to get depth with the post, and the safety's out of there too, to give this over just a little bit of freedom to, instead of staying flat here and making this throw harder because these second level defenders will not get as much depth, to be able to chase that corners technique to kind of take advantage of all that space. So different teams do it different ways. Who knows how the hell the Eagles are teaching their wide receivers to do these types of routes, but just see how the space develops down the field there. If he ran that thing to the opposite 40 or 45, it'd be such an easier throw and really a much bigger play, right? You can see the space further down the field. So, you know, not wide receiver school or scheme school, but you can see how that all those things are tethered together into the quarterback performance. Now, this is just an absolutely outstanding job of Jalen Hurts making plays from within the pocket off a little play action, climbing in the pocket, keeping his eyes down the field, vision. Lovely. Just great throw. I mean, what? You know, the jump pass, pseudo, one leg, just beautiful throw. Really outstanding job right there to be able to say no to the post, yes to this. Now this is another great route from the tight end down here to the bottom. Lean on him, come across, same space of the field, different way to get there. Really nice job this time by Hurts being able to work that left to right for us on this angle, right to left. So no pocket movement. Again, you know, you can just, I mean, he's toesy, right? Like, I'm just describing the video. Like, it's hard to be consistent throwing the ball like that from within the pocket. Now, he moves, and he ends up getting all his cleats in the ground to drive it, and is certainly twitchy enough to be able to do those types of things. But you can see the pattern of footwork I'm talking about just from within the pocket on time type of stuff. So no to the flat up top, no to the stick or whatever that's supposed to be from Smith. And then look at this route from the tight end down here. Lean on him, boom, all that space attack. Just one more time, full speed. Really nice job. I love this route, man. This is just really nice. Just all sorts of skill, precision in that route to create that kind of space. Just a big chunk play. My goodness. Really nice. And I love the fact that it shows Hurts being able to get through a read, move in the pocket, buy some time, keep his eyes downfield, make a good throw down the field, drive the ball down the field. You know, it's not a flat throw. Really nice job. Next one here is another drop. 3rd and 6, a screen. So all sorts of window dressing right here. Look at me, motion, orbit, eyes. I mean, look at the defense. Does anybody move on the defense? Barely. Right? Some sort of zone pressure is coming. Now, for me, you know, I'm not a huge fan of free runners through the B gap. I'm going to guess that this is not blocked correctly, which actually makes it more impressive to me. So we'll talk about the pass pro when we watch this thing again, but watch the B gap, the left B gap. I mean, free runner, and he makes the play. I mean, does 90 tip it right here? I don't think so. I think that's just a drop. I mean, this would be a massive play. I mean, they hit some big screens in this game. That should have been another one. So what did he go? 20 for 26 with at least 2 drops. And the 2 drops would have been big plays. So what's going on here? This is a tight end screen. But how they get there with this look, you know, there's no good options here as far as how this thing can be blocked up. So when I'm talking tight end screen, inline tight end on the right, 24 the back's free releasing. So really you only have 6 blocking. So in a perfect world here, you're going to get into this guy, whatever the count of the screen is, 1 1000, 2 1000, and turn, whether in or out. He's free releasing, so this guy has a man-to-man here, or we're counting for a peeler. So then we're going to go here, 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 here. We're blocked up. Unfortunately, that's not the case. That's not what they did. They went this way. The center went to the right. So when you do this to no one, maybe they're going all the way out here, not thinking that he's going to free release with the release or peel with the back. It puts this guard and this tackle in a real bind. So first of all, it puts this guy in a real bind. He needs to know where the hell the line is going to. So once the line goes to the right, or the center goes to the right, this basically is a math problem. 3 over 2. Okay? In a perfect world here, you want to protect the A and the B gaps. I know a great course that spends significant time about this. Always the A and the B gaps in any sort of drop back. So when he goes here, usually this is a squeeze or heavy call, however you want to do it, and you want the free runner to be the widest guy. You never, I mean, I shouldn't say never. I've never experienced, damn near never, where you want the free runner to be in the B gap like this. This is so hard to do, to be able to have a free gap B runner, get enough depth, bail, to be able to time this thing up, because it's not fast like a hot. It's a delay. It's not a delay screen, but it takes time. There's a count element to it. So he just bails and gets away from him. Again, look, check the right tackle. He's blocking no one. So we're kind of fortunate right here. And this is just how dynamic of an athlete Hurts is. As opposed to taking a sack there or a throwaway, that's a drop, and it should be a massive play. So the blocking is not perfect. I'd argue that it's not correct. And it still works. Drop. So really impressive from the quarterback perspective to be able to make something that isn't perfect into something that could be really, really good. Tough. So now fourth quarter. Now we're going to come back and hit them with another screen. 3rd and 6 again. I think they got a little beat about what they're trying to do. A little tunnel screen outside. Love to see the big guys get downfield. Looks like this is also a check from Hurts. So whether they give him multiple plays or he just straight up sees it. Also, how about 20 down here at the bottom, y'all? This is what you get when you watch y'all 22. Watch the screen. Okay, that's a universal screen call for a defense. Put your hand in front of your face like a flat face with your palm to your face. That is screen. Watch the screen, bro. And then they get hit with the screen. I'm going to argue here that this is just really, really bad defense first. But also a nice job from Hurts checking into it. And the reason I say it's really, really bad defense is because no one's guarding the tight end. So if the tight end down here to the bottom of the screen were to just run a slant, straight up the field, a pop pass, there's no one guarding them. I mean, that is just, that's a breakdown, no matter how you say it. Okay, and it's a great job getting to the play. All right, nice job throwing this. This is not an easy throw because he's got that two free runners outside the C gap, the C and the D, C plus gap there. But man, when you hit these things, it's a thing of beauty. Wild though, right? Back-to-back 3rd and 6s, screens. One should have been a big hit. One was a big hit. Again, great job checking to it. I love checking to it, and they're even calling it out, and it doesn't matter. And they have breakdowns. It's good to play offense. Nicely done, though, from Hurts. Really nice. Nice execution, nice vision, nice operation at the line of scrimmage. A lot to like. Next one here, touchdown the very next play. A little back shoulder on a wheel. Now, this is a hell of a catch. And it looks, especially when you watch it on the TV version, like it's a great throw. I'm probably going to hurt some people's feelings, but to me, this is not a great throw. This is an unnecessary back shoulder, and I would just say a miss. It is a great catch, no doubt about it. I think a lot of teams run variations of this play, whether it's an RPO or true naked like this, where we're going to post it right here. My man 18, he loves to throw the mailbox up. We're going to wheel. We're going to get the over. And we're going to get the hide or sneak flat. Okay, so coming across like this. In reality here, to me, this is a touchdown if you just set your feet and lay it out there. It's a lot easier of a touchdown because I think of back shoulders, especially on wheels, or really anytime. The only time you really want to back shoulder someone is when they've got the leverage on you. So they're like above you or hip to hip, and you can't run by them. If they're trailing you, you really don't want to back shoulder them. Now right here, he's trailing him. He runs this kind of like fast wheel. He's trailing him. He's only covering the width of his shoulders, right? I say that all the time. Guy's got his back turned. He's only covering the width of his shoulders. So, yes, it's a great catch. Yes, can celebrate. It's a good throw, touchdown. I hesitate even saying good throw. It's a touchdown throw. And is this a miss? Is this the right trajectory? Am I being overly critical? I don't know. I think probably all of the above a little bit, but you tell me. To me, that's just not a back shoulder placement right there. Just lay it out to the corner. You just don't see back shoulders made like that very often. And I don't mean that in a good way, like a difficulty way. I mean that in like a bad way. But it is still a great catch, and it's a touchdown pass. And, find a way to get it done. But I just, whether it's, is he not as confident with the touch? All right, then let's rip it like that. But that's a tough catch. That's a hell of a catch. My goodness. Nice touchdown. Back-to-back plays, though. Big chunk plays. Love it. Next one here to close it out. Here we go with that basically triple option zone read with a bluff. So watch the motion man down here at the bottom. He's coming in bluffing. In, and there's the flat. And now the play should look damn near familiar. It's just zone read. Dive, quarterback, pitch with a bluff. I think the bluff is my favorite part, especially with this little motion right here. 13 personnel. staying in bounds to finish it off. Obviously helps when you catch it. But this is just a really well-designed play. Nice execution from Hurts, too. 3rd and short. Again, this is, I mean, you're living on the edge, not giving that ball. I think you make the argument that you could give that ball here. Because if 90 hard charges you and just smokes you right there, you're in trouble. But as soon as he shuffles his feet, got him. Man, that's tough. I didn't realize it was that close. It's a big, long dude. Makes it even better from Hurts, really. But I really do love that design. Great job right there, just putting so much stress on the defense. So the other thing here, you can see the safety creep down. Remember last time I was like, I think the safety's got the quarterback. The safety definitely has the quarterback right here. It's man-to-man. I mean, look at the safety insert himself. He's got the quarterback. It doesn't matter. He gets picked, rubbed, and stays in bounds with a little high football IQ there at the sideline. Just love to see it. There's a lot to like. There really is. And I love the way that they're running the ball helps too. Making plays, though, in the run game with the quarterback run game, screen game, play action. Love it. So that is a wrap. Jalen Hurts really playing at a pretty high level. Really nice day, especially considering there were some pretty critical drops there. I think the crazy thing for me looking at the film was just the opportunity for maybe even more, whether it's in the drop back game, whether it's seeing some things from within the pocket. But man, when things break down, dynamic. The running game that the Eagles have right now, dynamic. What he brings to the table in the quarterback run game, also pretty awesome. So lots of fun parts to be able to put together and construct a really fun team and offense to follow. Let me know what you thought of the video. I appreciate it. I will see you next time. Have a good one.